you see already, I have everything on my table again for a new DIY. I hope you are also ready for a new DIY. What we're going to use, we are going to use the smaller tumbling towel blocks. Of course, my container with everything inside, some scissors, markers, brushes, and of course my wood glue. I use a simple brand like a lot of you already know, Pattex, but choose any brand you like. I have here my saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue, and I have here my little container with paint, but this is only an example because you can choose any color you like. I don't know if I use black, but at least you use some paint which is your favorite and which is your favorite color to have in your home. So what we're going to make today, we are going to make a sleigh. You call it sleigh, I think you call it a little bit the same, or sled. You call it, but I'm going to do it with a twist. I made several of them, but this time I'm going to look for the one I'm always used when I was little, and that's a long time ago when I was little. So I'm going to try to make a kind of a sleigh like this. So I hope you enjoy this. So you see already a lot of blocks are on the table. We are going to start with the underside of our sleigh. And of course we are starting with the irons, at least the part where the sleigh is on the ground. And of course I want to give it later a kind of a bow on the front side. But first we're going to make the base, and that will be 32 blocks glued together in parts of 2. So you have sets of 16 sets of 2. So very easy, you see 16 sets of 2 pieces. What we're going to do, we do very easy. We do some glue on this block on the top, place this one on top. You do some glue over here, place this one on top. So very easy, place some glue in the middle and place it on top. So, and this one, and of course every country I think already have a little bit of their own style of the sleigh. Everyone has something different, but it's always nice, at least I like sleighs. It's always nice to see what every country for designs have. So I love, of course, this sleigh because it is for me, and like I told you, a memory for already a long time ago. So, and I'm going to do the last parts of 2, and if everything is correctly, you have now 16 sets of 2, and we're going to place them on the side. We're going to squeeze them, make a straight line, place them on the side, make a straight line. You do here the same, and this way you're going to do all 16 parts of your blocks. And this is already for 2 of the irons for both of the sides of your sleigh. And again, squeeze it, and we do this already in front because we want to be sure that our piece is drying, because we need to saw a little piece only on the front. So I'm sorry for everyone who is not having a jigsaw ready. You can do this also with a handsaw, and maybe you can ask your husband if he can saw it for you, because it is only a little piece you need to saw. So don't worry, you can easily do it yourself. So I'm going to get my towel, I'm going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So the next step will be, we're going to place 8 of them together. We place 8 of them over here. Of course, we need a little bit more space before we're going to do it. So we're going to place them on the side. And you see already on the top is the smallest side of the block. So you have here 2 smaller side of the block. This way we're going to glue it also. So I'm going to do some glue on the tops, place it over here, do some glue on the tops, place it against here, and this one also. And so we make a kind of a row, and this way, and this one, and this one. And we already have now 6 of them. This is number 7, and number 8 is the closure up, and then we're going to gently squeeze them together. Take your time for it and make sure that everything is nicely in a straight line, because that's what you want. And again, go back and every time feel with your fingers that you have a nice line over here. And of course it is a little bit vulnerable, so be careful. We're going to go over it, over the top, and we wipe away the glue. And again, look for that you still have a nice straight line. We do here the same. The smallest lines of the block, of the sides of the blocks are on top. We glue them together. You do number 2 and you row them in. I have to look for that I have the right way. And this one. And if everything is correctly, you have now 2 of the irons for the underside, but of course he's not totally finished yet. And the last one, and we're going to carefully place them together until one piece. We're going to squeeze this one, and I'm going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes before we're going to do the next step, because the next step will be on top of the ending of this one. So again, we're going to place this aside and give it a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, while our two pieces are drying, we have here 4 times 6 blocks. So we do some glue on the smallest line. We glue them together this way and over here. So you have them flat on the table and they are only glued on the smallest line. Again, number 3. Oh, you see already I have some glue on my fingers, so everything is sticking to me. So again, the last, and over here. And this is also again for both of the irons for your sleigh. And this one, because we are going to double it up also. You don't have to do the doubling up, but I like it. It gives a little bit more like a high-end look. So that's why I double up. Again, squeeze it together this way. And we're going to press it also from the sides. We do here the same. We give it some pressure from the side. And over here. Then we're going to wipe away the glue and go back and make the line again. I do that out of camera because or else you get very bored. So I gave them a couple of minutes. What I'm going to do some glue over here. Be sure that you have a little glue on each block. And we place this one on top. We do here the same. We do some glue on each block over here. Because this block is the one we are going to cut out later. So we're going to place it on top, press it down, make sure that you have a straight line. And this way, we do here the same. Oh, you see already. Press it down on top of each other, place it on the side, feel with your fingers that you have a nice straight line, and then we're going to let this dry in also. So I took my 2 little underpiece off, so of course also the longest one we just made. I have here the smallest sides of the block are on top, but I'm going to turn it over one little turn. I do here the same. We turn it over one turn. So now you have the widest side of the block. What we're going to do, we are going to glue this on top of here. So we're going to do some glue on this side. And I'm going to place this one over here and press it together until one piece. And of course I need to move it a little up because or else I don't have the room for this one. And of course I'm doing some glue on the smallest line of the block over here. And I'm going to place this one on top of here. Again, on the ending, I'm going to press it together. Feel with your fingers. I'm going to wipe away the glue. And I do here the same. And I'm going to let both of them rest for at least 1.5 hours, maybe 2 hours. Now we're going to build it up from under. So we need 4 sets of 2. 4 sets of 2. And again, you're going to do some glue on the block and place it on top. You do here some glue, place it on top. Here the same, place it up. And here also the same. And we're going to place them on the side and we're going to squeeze them. And this will be on the irons of our sleigh. So this is already one, and we're going to wipe away the glue. Always go over it and then go back to make sure that you have a nice straight line. Also over here, because they need to glue on top of your sleigh, and then they need to have a smooth side. If you have a block which is a lot smaller than the other one, I would pull it apart and then clean your block up and take a block which has the same size, because for this sleigh you need both of the blocks having the same measurements. So we're also going to place away this 4. So now we're going to do the 2 of the layers which will hold the seat of the sleigh. So we have 8 pieces of 2, and we do here the same like we did with the other one. We're only going to build up some in the middle, and we're going to build it again. And this one. And this one. This is already for 1 for the front, and this is for the backs, because you need 2 layers over here. And the last one. So you have 8 pieces of 2, if everything is correctly right now. You could place them on the side again. You're going to squeeze them, because you can squeeze them a little better when they are on the side. You squeeze, and over here, and the last. And we're going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to give them a couple of minutes. So now we waited a couple of minutes. We are going to get the glue. We have the smallest line of the blocks on top here, the sides of we're going to do some glue over here. And we do over here, and we row them together. And the last, and number 4, is the closure up. And you're going to squeeze them this way. Make sure that everything stays nicely together. That's why we do it always after a couple of minutes, because you still can redo your piece. And that's always the forgiving from the wood glue. Wood glue you still can readjust over here and over here. And we're going to place them together, squeeze it, and feel with your fingers so you have the ends always a nice smooth as can be. Of course, it's not always perfect, but that is not the problem. Turn it around, wipe away the glue. Also over here, place it a little on this way, wipe away the glue and place it back. And then squeeze it again. And we're going to let this to dry also. So now we're going to do the top of our sleigh. And of course, I do it different. You can do the top any way you like. But I need I need in rows, I need 12. So you can make any design you like. So I'm going to start with 6 of 7. So I'm going to do some glue on the tops. Over here. And over here. And just row them very easy together. And this takes a little bit of your time, because 7 rows is always a little bit difficult to glue together, because it's one longer piece. What you also can do, because you need 3 on one side and 3 on this side, you also can do 7 times 3 blocks and then glue them together. Then you have the same like what I get right now. So you don't have to do it this way. You also can do it 3 by 3. So I'm going to roll them in very gently, and then we already 3 for one side and 3 for this side. So we do very easy. But like I told you, I do this pattern, but you can do any pattern you like. You don't have to do mine. Even the same with the colors. I will make my sleigh in the white color, creamy white color, but do any color you like. Maybe you like red or white for the coming season. You can make a kind of a candy cane sleigh. So the ideas are endless. You can make them totally in the green and give it the Grinch look. So You can change it up any way you like, but you also can make a neutral tone and then build on the top of this one one with some sticky gum or something else. You do a little round on top of it and you can change it up also. But I show you that in a moment later. So first we're going to squeeze them. Also over here, give it a little bit of pressure. Be careful that it doesn't break out. That's most of the time that will happen, at least with me. So again, squeeze it, make a straight line. We do here the same. Give it a little bit of your pressure. Always start gently and later you give it some more pressure. Always feel with your fingers, go back. And of course, if you have a carpenter square, you don't have this problem. This is only because I do it with my hands. But you don't have to do that. And I'm going to squeeze it. I'm going to wipe away the glue and then I'm going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So I gave it a couple of minutes. What I'm going to do carefully place it on the side, 2 pieces over here, and I'm going to do some glue on the smallest line, so very gently over here. And I do here the same with number 2. Of course, do it in the middle and not what I do on the outside. Place it gently down and also over here. And we're going to carefully fill it in with each other until one piece. We do here the same. Gently place it on the side. We do some glue in the middle. This way. And also on the smallest line over here. This way. And we're going to place it down. And this one over here. And very gently you give some pressure to fill in the pieces until one piece. So this way we're going to wipe away the glue. Over here the same. And we're going to let this dry in also a couple of minutes. But we are going to start with 1 of 6 right now. So I'm going to place this over here. This one over here. I have 6 blocks. So 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are going to do the same. We just do some glue over here. And I told you we have 1 of 6. No, we have 2 of 6. So we need again 1 of 6 extra. I don't know why I tell you it's 1 of 6. Of course, it is 2 of 6. So we place this aside. We get 6 blocks again. And we do the same, or else we don't get 12 in pieces. And this is number 3. And the number 5 and number 6 is the closure up. Give it some pressure over here. And we're going to wipe away the glue and let it dry in for a couple of minutes. Over here you see already one is going out of each other, but it doesn't matter. You just easy place it together again, give it some pressure and let it dry in. Of course you have to make sure that this is a straight line like this. So I gave it a couple of minutes. What I'm going to do, I place it on the side again and we're going to do some smallest line of glue also over here. And we place it down and we place it exactly in the middle against this one. We do here the same. Do some glue in the middle over here. And we place this one also in the middle. And if it's correctly, I would go back and look for that we have it on the same measurement, because you see already I have to place this one a little up. I can use my piece which I made. You see, you can place it together and you see it needs to go up a little because you want them at least on the same same height. Again, we're going to squeeze it against each other And we're going to wipe away the glue. Now we only need the middle part, and because I want to use it as a tray, I do it a little bit more wood, but you also can make different patterns inside of it, also for the inside. So for the middle part, we are going to do 4 pieces of 5. So we do, so the longest line, we make a nice row, and this is number 4, and number 5 is the closure up. And then we are almost there and having almost all the parts. I'm still debating if I'm going to do on the front side a middle pole. So, but I have to see how this is working, because in the moment first we're going to make the irons around. Then I can see a little bit better what I'm going to make exactly, because it's always a question how it will turn out. So I always make it along the way and we will see how it is. That's why I always tell you, make sure you have 4 until 5 packages laying around of the tumbling tower blocks. Then you always have enough to make every DIY. Because one time I need more, sometimes I need less. So it's really don't know exactly how much. And I don't count them, because that would be a little too much also again with it. So just make sure you have 4 until 5, and then you are really fit to go. I'm going to give this a couple of minutes. So, and I was looking at my piece and I was thinking already, I have already on both sides 4 rows I made, and I need 12 in total. So I already have 8. If I'm going to do this in between, I have 5. 8 and 5 is 13 and not 12. So you see already, that's what I mean. I make it along the way and I change it up, because we're going to get from each piece, we're going to get 1 block off, because we don't need 5, we need 4. In totally, we need 5 pieces of 4 and not the other way around. So I'm going to glue them together. And I show you now you have, if everything is correctly, 5 pieces of 4. Then you have the same size I have. I show it to you in a moment. Don't worry. That's what I mean. I make it on the spot. So you see 5 pieces of 4. And that will be the middle piece. So I gave it a couple of minutes. I'm going to turn them and I'm going to roll them together very gently. We do some glue on the top. And do it over here. Place them here. And this one. And number 4. And number 5 is the closure up. You're going to squeeze them very gently together, so we fill in the open gaps, because that's not what we want. And we make sure that we have a straight line also on the side, because we are going to connect them in a moment with the other parts. So I'm going to place this one over here. Now I have the first of this one. You see 3 of 6, 1 of 5 on top of each other. We place this one, a little glue over here. Not totally to the end. And we place this halfway over here. Press it together. Of course, be careful, because nothing is totally dry yet. I'm going to place it over here, and we do this one the same. We do some glue over here. Not totally to the end, and we're going to glue this one on this side. And of course I have my little piece I already made, and I'm going to make sure that I have it nicely glued together over here. Give it some pressure, and only when you are satisfied how the look is finished, then you're going to let this dry in. But always make sure, just make the shape you like. If you don't like it, just change it up, because wood glue is very easy just to break again, and then you can easily make your own shape if you don't like it. So don't be scared to break it. You can easily break it and then glue it together again, because it's no problem. So I'm going to look, I have now the sides. So, and I'm satisfied because I need a tray for this. So I'm happy with how this is turned out, and I'm going to let this dry. So if everything is correctly, you have 2 of your poles, which is the 4 blocks double up, and also over here, and you have your 4 loose double blocks. What we're going to do, we are going to glue them together. We do here some glue on this one, and we glue this on the ending over here. So very gently. You have here also the blocks on the side. This one is also on his side, and then you can see that everything is fitting nicely together, because if you change it, it doesn't fit. So, and again, we do this one on the underside also. Again, squeeze it and make sure that you have them in a straight line. And we do here the same. Some glue on the tops. And we place it over here. And we do with this one the same. And on the other side. So we're going to let this dry in also. So in the meantime, while my underpieces are drying, I have here my irons, which will be the irons at least of the sleigh. I made a little, with my marker, a little ball of a rounding, which I like because I don't like really curly pieces. But if you can do it, it's totally fine too. I keep it very simple. So I'm going to cut off over here and over here. It's only a little piece to cut, but I hope this will turn out nicely. But we will see. You never know. You always have to wait until it is finished. So I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to cut it out. So you see, this is the irons of my sleigh, and I did my best because it's always a little tricky with my jigsaw to saw it out in a round, especially because it is a little small piece. If you have a bigger piece, it's easier to make your lines. But I did my best. I think it turned out very, very nice. I don't know, but there are a lot of people who can do better, but I'm happy with this. I have here now my 2 pieces. Like this, it looks more like a little bridge. What we're going to do, we're going to do some glue on the underside, on this side, and on this side. And what we're going to do, we are going to place this one on the inside of the second block over here, this one over here. And now we're going to place this one, of course, a little closer. Oh, also on the inside over here. And in a moment I show it to you a little better when everything is glued nicely together. Then I will show it to you. And this is one. Now we're going to do number 2. And we do some glue over here and over here. And we place this one. I think we're going to do it over here, this one. And I have to look for this one. He has to come out a little. And give it some pressure, and give it some pressure over here. Just feel with your fingers so you have the irons in the middle, and also go back to the first one you just glued, because you don't want that when you don't look at it anymore that he is crooked. That's not what you want. So, and now I'm going to let this rest in for at least because it's really hard. I think do it an hour. So in the meantime, while my underpart is drying, I'm going to do the top part. I'm going to paint already in the white color. And this white is not, I have this bottle, and this is acrylic paint, artistic. It's called, I think it's only here in the Netherlands. I don't know. Painters use it when you made your own paintings, but I use it also for painting my pieces, because it gives only a nice little layer, not too thick, but I like that the wood is still coming through. But if you don't like it, just spray paint it, and even spray paint when you are more like a gold or silver person. Just spray paint it in the gold, silver, copper, any color you like. And even if you are Sharon like you, black and white, maybe you also can do for later, for the winter season, if you are using black and white again, you can always use that. So I'm going to give this one a light white color. So now we have the base, and you see already this is how the base is looking like. You see here, I have him here on the second block. I glued the stand on, and of course also over here. And this is how he's looking like before I'm going to paint him. Then you have a little idea how he has to connect to each other. So, and of course I'm going to do the underside also in white, but you can do it, I was also thinking of bright red, but I just chose for the white, so I can use it a little bit longer than only this season. Then you can start also already with the fall season to decorate it with fall items, because it is a sleigh tray. So I'm going to paint this also white. So I placed a piece of kitchen paper on top of here, and I'm going to place this one upside down on the papers to be sure that the top side of my tray sleigh is not scratching, because I'm going to glue my sleigh on top of here upside down, because then I can see where I want to have my middle pieces. And if I do it the other way, I can't just look where I want to glue it. So I do it this way. I'm just going to turn it over. Make sure that you have the nicest side you want to have as a tray on the underside. And the ugly side, but at least the side you don't want to see on this side, which is looking to you. And then we're going to get our underpiece of our sleigh and we place it on top of here. So, and now I'm going to get my glue, and you see already here is my under part of my glue, and I want to show it to you, but I have to be, my table is not longer than this, so I'm going to do on the top side of the pieces, I'm going to do my wood glue over here. I don't know why my wood glue is not coming, but he is not. So it's always when my camera is running, my wood glue thinks I'm not going to do it. So I'm doing some, and there he is. I have here some glue. I do this also on the second little pole we have glued over here. So I think you already see this one and this one. And now I'm going to place it a little back. I'm going to place this one over here, so you still can see it. Of course, my piece is not totally dry yet, so wait a little longer than what I did. So again, we're going to carefully turn it over this way, and we're going to place it on top of here. Of course, I have to be here. And you see already what I did do wrong, because I needed to do some blocks under my piece. So I have to redo it because I didn't was thinking about the handles over here. I'll show it to you in a moment. And you see already what I mean. I place my sleigh on top of two wooden books. And of course you see already I have now the handles hanging out of the mat. And now he is fitting nicely on top of my top side of the sleigh. Of course, I shouldn't think about it, but I also show you what goes wrong. And you see already, everything can go wrong sometimes, but there's always a solution for it. So I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to place some weights on top of here, and I'm going to give it at least 1.5 hours to be sure that the paint is really dry. So, and here you see already how the sleigh is turned out. Of course, it's a little bit different shape than a lot of you probably are used to. And I made it a little bigger because I use it as a tray. What I'm going to do, I have here some twine, and I use the red and the white stripe. So this is from IKEA, so you can buy it anywhere. I'm going to do a couple of turns together. So I double it up. I think maybe 3 until 4 times. I'm going to double it up because I like a little bit of the thicker rope. So this way I see I'm already stuck, and I'm going to go over here. And now I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to make a knot on top. So very easy, just do a little knob. And I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to cut off this piece. And I'm going to do also a knot on this side. So very easy. And this from IKEA is such a nice twine. It really is nice to work with. This is a little bit thicker, and it feels a little bit more plastic. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my hot glue, and I'm going to glue this on the inside, on this one and on this side. So very easy. I'm just doing a little bit of glue. And of course I should have done my glue gun already on, but I totally forgot. And I forget it every time, my glue gun. That's the strangest. So I'm going to do some glue on the part of the knot. And of course my glue is not really working, and I place it on the inside. You don't see this one. Have a little moment, and then I'm going to do the other one also. And now I'm going to go turn it around, make nice little, and then I'm going to glue this one also over here, turn it around a couple of times so it gets more like one piece. And then I'm going to do some glue on this one, on the knot, and I'm going to glue this also on the inside of this little piece. And of course I'm going to wipe away, get away the glue I don't need. So you see already. And now I'm going to place it on the side over here, because I like it is only for decoration. So because mine I will use as a tray, I only do some the letters on top of here, and which I'm going to do is trees, because I use it for a display of my trees. So I'm going to place my Scrabble letters, but they are a little bit of the bigger ones, so they are really big. And now what I'm going to do is only the word trees and 2 little stars over here, and I'm going to place one in the middle, one over here, and then a little bit sideways. And then I'm going to do my trees on the back side. And what I'm going to do, I'm only going to do it with a little piece of my hot glue, so I can easily remove it, because I want to use it for more purpose than only this one. So I'm going to do a little drop on the back side, and I'm going to place it in the middle. So only a little drop, so I can easily remove my piece. And now I'm going to do this one. That's why I do first one on this side, then one on this side, and so I'm going to go on, because I want to be sure that I have it nicely glued together. And now I'm going to do this one, a little drop, and I'm going to do the same what I did on the other one. And now I'm going to do my stars also on the ending over here, but be sure that you stay inside of the ending of the sleigh. I find that important, that you don't go over the side this way. So now I have my word, and now he is, for me, he's almost finished. You see in a moment how I decorated this sleigh, but of course you can decorate any way you like. And here you see finally a quick impression of my Tumbling Tile Blocks sleigh tray. Of course you can use it for many purposes. I hope you give this one also a try. Everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw, and if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell, so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to the description box. There you find the link for the DIY channels. Hope to see you there. Have an amazing day. See you in the next one. Bye.